PewDiePie, the largest YouTuber in the world, has gone after Google and YouTube for the way the site is designed, the problems that content creators like himself, like me, many other people that make a living on the site, face. And he also said that a lot of the people that work for YouTube, because he is involved in YouTube Red, making series for them, he said a lot of the people that work for YouTube that are handling this stuff have no fucking clue what they're doing. Not quite his words, but pretty much what he was going for. And then YouTube's response was to throw a survey up for content creators. At least I got the survey and I was asked very interesting questions. You know, how I felt about this issue, that issue on YouTube, what are my thoughts, etc. Right? The survey, however, indicates everything that's wrong with YouTube from the get-go. Because here's the thing. My country wasn't in it, and I had to pick basically United States to be able to answer the survey. That's the fundamental problem from the very beginning. There are many YouTubers from non-English speaking countries where English isn't the first language that want to make a living on YouTube, that design their content for an English-speaking language, that speak English fluently, like myself, but get fucked over just because of where they're living in. Now, I don't know how the YouTube search algorithm works, and obviously YouTube would not tell people that, but what we know, what people have been guessing over the years, is that it's purely based on your location. So the way you talk, how fluent you are in English, what language you're talking in, anyway, doesn't matter, because YouTube, based on what we know, is going to assume that your content is going to be more appealing to people in your country. Now that makes sense, but what doesn't make sense is that they screw you over in search rankings in English-speaking countries. Going to use that example. So for me personally, the thing that fucks me over the most, the thing that has always held me back as a channel, is where I live. Where I live. There is perhaps a solution to all of this, which is to use a proxy server, a VPN, to upload, to do basically all the work on YouTube. Never mind the security problems, and never mind that your upload speed is going to be crushed. My upload speed is pretty good, and because of that, I'm capable of uploading very large videos to YouTube. If I have to destroy my upload speed to be able to take advantage of the search rankings of, say, America, then that's just something that screws me over. Never mind the cost of a VPN server that I can trust, that it can be secure. So right from the get-go, with this survey, YouTube reveals one of its biggest fucking problems. It screws over people from countries that aren't English speaking. Actually, the United States far ahead of any other country in the world in terms of ad revenue. Far ahead. If you're making content for any other country, you're screwed. You want to make content for the United States, that people from the United States consumes, from English-speaking countries, because if you're making it for Russia or Romania or anything like that, you are getting screwed because the ad revenue from those countries online, rightly so, is far lower. So that's something I feel YouTube should understand. The second point is what's broken on YouTube. The content ID system, the copyright strike system, they're all easily abusable. They have been abused and they do screw over plenty of your videos. The system is bad. I understand that YouTube has been fighting lawsuits for as long as it has existed from all the big companies, media companies that would love nothing more than for YouTube to be shut down. But really, the content ID system never was and never will be a single solution to the problem. The faster people understand this, the faster we can move to a solution. Look, it shouldn't fucking matter if a game, for instance, has copyrighted music in it and you put that on YouTube. That really shouldn't matter, but it does. It does. Even though you're actually not earning money from the song, you're just playing it because you want the ambience and you're playing the game. You're playing the game, so you can't play GTA with the music. Mafia 3 has numerous content ID matches on it, which creates, in cinematics especially so, which makes that a bloody issue. So it's a problem. It's a problem on numerous levels. And it also screws over smaller gaming companies, which might use copyrighted music, might get a license for music to put in their games, but because, those smaller companies, especially so, depend on coverage on YouTube, but they are screwed by the fact that YouTubers can't play with the music on, which does screw them over. As an example, Act of Aggression had all of its music copyrighted. As an example, right? Just a simple example. And then there's numerous other issues. So fundamentally, YouTube favors the big channels. If you get over 100,000 subscribers, you're gonna skyrocket. Why? Because then you get put on the YouTube front page. You're far more easy to find, and that does benefit you immensely. But try getting to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Unimaginable in this day and age without some campaign to help you get there, some vast amount of money to get there, or if your content is legitimately interesting. So good luck doing that as PewDiePie did it. PewDiePie didn't have a lot of money. PewDiePie didn't have a fortune. PewDiePie didn't spend that much money initially starting with what he did. Now, he was very smart about what he did, and he did abuse the system. He traveled to various countries, lived in them for a couple of months, I believe even the United States, and took advantage of that to get himself known on the world. That's how PewDiePie has gotten as far as he has. Now, he says he's gonna delete his channel once, deletes it once he gets to 15 million subscribers. He's just shy of it. He's probably gonna get it very soon. It's gonna be interesting to see if he actually does that. He certainly has enough money to retire. He certainly has earned enough money to live the rest of his life very comfortably. And I feel that he is very frustrated with the way YouTube is set up. So this is his message. And if he does actually delete his channel, that's an even stronger message, which will very likely force YouTube to make some changes that it has put off making. YouTube needs to actually listen to the people that make it money on the site. But it hasn't. It's been too busy giving corporate blowjobs to their company so they don't get fired with lawsuits. And they are very quiet. Their communication skills suck. They don't, this survey, that's a good sign, but it should have happened a decade ago. Close to a decade. Obviously, YouTube hasn't existed for a decade, but, half a decade. Let's be reasonable. Half a decade ago, if they had put up the survey, that would have been great. It would have solved a lot of the issues that we are having right now. It would have nipped them in the bud, but they didn't. And Google, YouTube very rarely talk to people. We don't know how they operate. Their level of support, client support, is terrible. It's abysmal. In fact, that's one of the main reasons why you want to be part of a multi-channel network. Why? Because it offers you some advice. It offers you some it offers you some real support. There's a support team. Like, I'm part of Maker Studios, which is owned by Disney. I can contact them and they'll give me support. They'll try and find a solution for me. At least they'll try, even if they don't succeed, even if their solutions aren't that great. At least I'm talking to an actual human being. Whereas with YouTube, I don't know. Their support level is abysmal. Their content ID system is determined by whether or not the company you're issuing the claim to, for instance, content ID. You get the content ID on your video. You can dispute it, but it can take up to 30 days. And the person that decides whether or not you have a content ID after that is the company that put it in the system, right? So companies put content ID matches in the system, and then they get to decide what they do with them. And then there's that 30-day waiting period, which is horrible. And YouTube only intervenes if you get a copyright strike. That's the only time you actually have a real person to deal with. Now, I get that YouTube is too big, but that's why you don't take such a blanket approach with the entire site. You should stop taking the blanket approaches. You should only intervene when someone's really abusing the system. Hell, you can game the content ID system. Do you know that there are full movies on YouTube? Why? Because people have realized, hold on, if I switch the pitch of the sound in the movie and put up a lens flare filter, I can put the whole movie on YouTube. That's how stupid the system is. That's how broken the system is. And you can't just fix that. Get rid of the content ID system, increase your level of support, and actually give people a program to actually get their channels known, to get their channels, even if they're small, on, say, the front page. There aren't that many programs for that. There aren't that many avenues. The best hope you can have as a YouTuber is that someone big on YouTube notices you and helps you grow. Good luck with that one, by the way. That requires making connections. On your own, you're kind of fucked, right? You're especially fucked if you're in a country like mine. And if you're not in an English-speaking country, you're especially fucked. Or if you're just making content regardless of where you're living in, if you're making content in a language that's not spoken in your country, that screws you over. Like, say, for instance, you're in America, you want to make a content in French or German or whatever, right? Russian, Polish. It doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to reach your intended audience. And that's a problem. There are too many issues. They need to be fixed. And I applaud PewDiePie for sticking up, for the little people, for the people that actually need the changes on YouTube. He doesn't need them. He's rich anyway, right? But other people do. Other people do need this message to reach YouTube. And I sincerely hope that that he actually plans on deleting his channel. Even if he gets it back later, you can't get it back later, that he does send that message, which is desperately needed to be sent. So Costin here on Serious Gaming. Signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. And as I have noted in previous videos, consider supporting my channel via PayPal or Patreon, whichever you prefer. Because quite frankly, the way YouTube is going, it's even the far bigger YouTubers that are struggling. It's been known for a while. Financially, due to the ad revenue, it's just not workable anymore due to ad block. YouTube Red in a way is a solution. Hell, want to help a channel out? Subscribe to YouTube Red. That alone is worth it. Though I kind of wish they'd add an individual channel subscription where if you wanted to, you could individually subscribe, even if it was $1 per channel. Even if it was $1 per channel, that would help. That would significantly help if it was $1 per channel per subscriber. Imagine if you got 100 people. That's $100. Imagine if you got 1,000 people. You get my point. Twitch has this. Twitch fucking has this. That's why Twitch is doing well with a lot of people. That's why, although you still rely on donations a lot on Twitch and all that. Anyway, Costin signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.